If you ever had a customer complaint of a battery going dead after just a couple of days of a vehicle sitting, you may have an issue with parasitic draw. Now, it's a fairly simple test that we can do. Let me show you how to access it inside this Triton right here. All right, so in order to find this, we're going to use the guided component test function of the tool. So we'll hop in there. And then the first section there is classes. Now we have dozens upon dozens of built-in training classes inside the tool. So we have power user tests, features and benefits, and how to. That's where we're going to find this test. Now you can see we have 10-minute basic electronics classes, 10-minute battery drain classes, etc. But where we're going to find this parasitic draw test is down here under test tips. So we go in there. We have alternator ripple test, graphing AC voltage, and then we have up here parasitic draw test. So parasitic draw can be checked using this tool in a Snap-on low amp probe. The Snap-on low amp current probe is a very low error factor. It allows for very accurate and reliable non-intrusive testing. It says connect the low amp probe to the tool as shown above. Select the appropriate scale you wish to view. So it's going to be connected on the battery supply cable to the fuse box. We're going to switch the low amp probe into a 20 amp setting, which I've already done. Before making measurements, we also need to make sure we zero adjust it. So if we want more information on that, we can hit show more information. Current probes work by reading the magnetic field around a conductor. Error factor is the amount of induced error or false reading from a current probe. Some current probes can have an error factor of over 100 milliamps. This induced error reading can be caused by many magnetic fields. Any device that generates a magnetic field can induce an error. Even the Earth's magnetic field is an influence on current probes. To reduce the error factor, zero the low amp current probe in the same direction and inclination as the intended use. So in this case, we're pointed down, so we wanted to zero it out pointing down. And if we come down here, a little past that, it says clamp the low amp probe around the battery positive supply wire to the power distribution box or positive or negative battery cable. We've done that already, the power supply to the power supply box. So all we need to do now is hit view meter. It's going to automatically set it for us, and we'll see the signal on the screen. Now I'll tell you the vehicle's on right now, so it's actually higher than what we're reading on the screen. So now I'll go turn the vehicle off, and then we'll be able to watch the current draw slowly decrease over time. So as we can see, after a little bit, the vehicle gets down to about half an amp. Now, normally acceptable would be about 50 milliamps to about 85 milliamps. This vehicle is probably going to take a while to get down to that. So if you are doing a parasitic draw test, I'd recommend that you leave the vehicle overnight, perhaps, in order for all the vehicle systems to shut off. But as you can see, it's a pretty easy test to do, very unobtrusive, and it just allows you to diagnose those possible battery drains.